A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, I would be talking about the masculine energy, feeling that he is ready to give the commitment to the feminine, and this definitely has happened after many cycles of running and chasing. And there was a time when he was like, I'm not ready for this. But he felt the love, felt the feelings, everything was there, but he was just not ready for it. And the feminine was many times frustrated, but many times she says that, okay, I'm gonna stick with him, I'm gonna, wait for him, or I'm gonna try to understand, okay? But this being ready actually is happening when the feminine refused to comply with him or understand him anymore. In this case, the family, the parents of the man in this relationship were the problem, who were always like very difficult in terms of understanding the relationship with all the differences that were there in the two people, in the partners. And he was constantly trying to get their approval. He was thinking that if I get their approval, it would be better for me. Okay. But there is also narcissistic abuse here, which the masculine has gone through. And there's also past relationships that did not work out. So there's fear of things not working out, relationship not working out, that if I marry my feminine or if I get involved into a relationship, it will not work out, it will be like previous times how it happened. And here in this case, I can also sense that the feminine was a part of his life even before, okay? So it's like they met many years ago and they were together, they were dating each other, they were happy with each other, but the differences were at that point in time very strong. So when he told his parents or his other family members that I like this girl, I like this woman, and I want to be with her, I want to marry her, they were completely like, no, it's not gonna happen. It could be age difference big time, where the girl is elder to him, or it could be some kind of caste issue. Like some people are extremely into this caste thing. And if it's not from Indian subcontinent or any such place, some Eastern subcontinent where they make this an issue, then there is class and society. Class and status is a problem. Like, oh, we are so rich and she's not. Or we are coming from a very well-to-do family, very known family, very popular family. There could be somebody in the ruling class, they could be working for the government in some very high position. And the girl is coming from a very regular, normal background. Her parents must be teachers or educators or something like that, Not anything fancy. They don't have so many cars or they don't have a big bungalow. They live in a small, regular house. I'm not saying small or big. In size doesn't matter at all. But like the boy's family is very well-to-do. So they could be coming up with all these differences and they could be judging the feminine for that. And the feminine also maybe feels this within herself because of her programming that, I may not be good enough for a person because I'm not coming from a wealthy or a very rich family. I come from a medium family, mediocre family in terms of money, in terms of wealth. Okay. So what should I do now? And in the initial phase, when the breakup happens like that, it's obviously very hurtful for both the people. But the masculine only wants to make everything fine, okay? And when the family members try to convince him, try to tell him that this is not good for you, this will never work out for you, you will be going crazy with this relationship, and because of the difference, okay? That's where they win actually, because they actually convince him or they make him believe that yes, he won't be happy with it. At this point in time, they kind of manipulate him. They are very good in manipulating. So they manipulate him, telling him that, because of these problems, you will not have a happy relationship like we have. They talk about themselves or the other people. So you should move on from this situation and you should just be happy. You should be a happy man. So he tells the feminine that, okay, I cannot do this because I don't think it would be good for both of us. So here the family does not talk about their own personal vested interest in this, like their image, their ego, their connection with the society. So they very smartly turn it around and they put it on the maintenance or the longevity of the relationship, or the happiness, overall peace of the relationship. They make him look like he would be a very unhappy man if he chooses this woman for himself. And they know it better. They would say they know it better. Like we know. We have the experience of our life. So this poor masculine gets manipulated, but the feminine has a lot of hatred for him at that time. Like, why would he do this to me? How could he do this to me? And this and that. And after that it becomes worse because they find a karmic for him and he settles down with the karmic, okay? As long as they don't have spiritual maturity, they keep blaming each other. At this point in time, the masculine is not thinking about her. He's only thinking about the happiness and the peacekeeping, the maintenance of the peace in his own household affairs. So he feels that, his parents, his families are right. So I might as well choose the one they want me to choose, and that's it. This is the time for the feminine to get hurt, and she goes through a very difficult phase because she is the one who's rejected, And after he gets involved with the karmic marriage, then he starts to suffer, okay? And he suffers a lot. He suffers a lot in this relationship. Now, where he realizes that he needs to go back to the feminine and not to the parents, because sometimes it happens that the marriage does not work out and the man or the woman, whosoever it is, it can happen to anyone, by the way. They think that, okay, it's not my parents' fault. My parents are very nice and loving. They chose someone nice for me, but it's the woman, the one they got me married to. She's the one, or the man is the culprit. But here he learns a very big lesson of his life during his dark night of the soul, that his family members don't care about him at all. They don't care about his pain. So even when he keeps telling them that I cannot live with this woman, I cannot live with this woman, they just don't care. They keep telling him, just manage. It's okay. All relationships are like this. You have to go through it. It's fine, and this and that. And then later on when they start getting, so they don't say a word when he's suffering. He even wants to commit suicide. He even wants to kill himself. He even wants to run away, do something. And he's going through so much guilt because he left his beautiful feminine, his beloved, for this stupid marriage, he thinks. So he's lost her and he's lost this. So he also tries to get in touch with the feminine, who at this point in time does not return his contacts, okay? She does not return his contact. So I'm just giving you the sequence, and I don't know why I'm giving the sequence, although I was not supposed to give the sequence. But okay, now that I've already gotten into it. So he is ready now, but there is a lot that happened in the background. And after this whole karmic thing did not work out for him, he got suicidal, he had very dark thoughts, he was very much in pain. He realized that the family did not do anything until and unless it did not get on to them too. Like the same partner that they had chosen for him, she started torturing them more than they could take, and they never thought that it would come to us also. They thought, okay, as long as he was suffering, okay, you manage. But when she started torturing them and she started saying, I'll bring a bad name to you for your house, or I'll do this, or I'll go to the police, or she started blackmailing them for money, and she did a lot of things, okay? Now, if you don't resonate with it as a man, but you do resonate with as a woman, then you can take it accordingly, okay? And if you don't resonate at all, this is something I want to tell people. If you don't resonate with everything, because it's a public channeling and you have to understand, sometimes everything may not be completely exactly your story, okay? In that case, you need to just show compassion for those people, because the masculine and feminine are suffering. When we show compassion to random strangers, people we don't know at all, it increases positive energy within us, okay? That's number one. Number two, you also get to know that there are so many other people in the world who are suffering because of some other problem, because of some other reason. The situation is different, but they are also suffering. So you can pray for them. When we pray for all the people who are in pain, who are suffering, then we again increase our own energy. We increase our vibration. A lot of people ask me how to increase my vibration. So you increase your vibration first of all by understanding understanding that you're not the only one who's suffering. There are other people also who are suffering. This will give you a lot of motivation to do your inner work also. Because you'll stop complaining, you'll stop cribbing, you'll stop saying, oh, why me only. You'll stop saying that. And then you'll realize, okay, I'm not the only one. This planet is full of people who are in misery and suffering, so I must get out of it. I must not be like all the rest of the people. And maybe when you get out of it, you can inspire someone else as well. Okay. So in this story, this is a very strong channeling. And I know a lot of people will resonate with it, but if still you don't, then it's alright, okay? Because there's karmic involvement in this. There's a difference, huge difference between masculine and feminine, and this huge difference is what they have been fighting for, okay? But they had to fight it within themselves first. Then they create the energy to fight against the people who are creating trouble for them. In this case, it's the parents mostly. So when the masculine realizes that they want to get rid of my partner because now she is or he is troubling them, okay? As long as I was the one going through the torture, they did not give a rat's ass. So he realizes that they are very much narcissistic. He may not know the term at that time, but he would say they are extremely selfish. So selfish that he wants to go back to the feminine after this. He wanted to. And that's when he starts making the effort. See, earlier he makes the effort, but she's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. And he's like, oh, she's not even returning my calls or messages. Or maybe in some other cases, the masculine contacts her and she talks to him, and then, he thinks everything will be like the past again, But she does not show him that. She simply, acts normal, or he says, let's go for a coffee. He starts talking very romantically, like after so many years, he appears out of nowhere. Or maybe he appears and he's like, he's been around, but very little he would talk. So when his life did not work out or his plan did not work out, then he thinks about her and then he comes back to her and then he's expecting it will all be normal again, but it does not work out like that, because this is the only way, my friends, this twin flame thing, that most people consider that twin flame is something which is out of them, which is outside of them. In my therapy sessions, I go very deep into what exactly is a twin flame, which I cannot do on a public channeling or platform, because it's a very deep subject. You have to understand, when we do very deep inner work, then only we can understand certain symbolism and meanings, most people are not giving the correct twin flame information, and I'm very confident when I say this, because this is my whole life research is into it and my experience is into it, and experience of so many people who are getting healed in this, through the therapies that we do. So you don't know yet what is the real meaning of twin flame, okay? Most of the people don't know. So this twin flame energy starts working better when you're not scared to be real, to be authentic, to be truthful. Your feelings matter, just the way masculine's feelings mattered at one time, because he was not ready at that time. Remember, when he was not ready, he was genuine enough to say that, even if it hurt the feminine. It really hurt the feminine a lot, the way he acted, but he still went ahead. He still did everything possible. He did not think, oh, she's gonna get hurt or not. And this is again not coming from a revenge perspective, okay? So feminine is not taking revenge or anything, but she's like, I don't see the effort, I want more effort. If he is not willing to make any effort, he just sends me one message, two message, he makes one video call, he talks to me for 1 hour, he goes like, yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you and this and that. And then he's making such big expectations, come to meet me, come to do this, let's go for a date, let's do this. As if, it's like a snack, a little snack that he wants to eat. So she does not give him that much importance at that time, because even she wants some effort. She deserves it. She deserves it to be with the worthy man who fights for her, who does something for her, something makes her feel important and special. Not like, yeah, my marriage didn't work out, okay, so now you can come. Or my relationship with that girl did not work out, or with that guy did not work out, so please come. I'm back to you. So, I don't want to be back with you right now. I have my things to do. I have my job, or I have my business, or I have my, my priorities, or I have my mission, whosoever is doing whatever, I would say that, if you are in a mission, then of course your mission is number one priority. Now this can also happen to in a situation where there are children involved. So maybe the masculine and feminine, when they got together, masculine knew that she has children, okay? It could be a single mother also, or it could also be that he was the father of a child that she gave birth to, but he ran away for some time, and then when he realized, he comes back and he suddenly wants the entry back like it should have, it was before, but she does not allow it because she has to figure it out whether he really deserves this chance, this opportunity or not, okay? So this is where it changes the whole dynamic, because the feminine then was like, no, I'm not gonna let you in. So now he wants to make the effort. Now he wants to fight it out. So he starts fighting against all the problems, and whether it's fighting or whether it's facing, whether it's whatever way he can, he tries to do that. And after some time, he is now completely ready to make that commitment, because he sees that she's not like, so serious about it anymore, or she can live without me. That's the thing that puts a lot of pain into his heart, that she can live without me and she can do very well without me, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, in all possible ways. She doesn't need me anymore. And that creates this very strong feeling in the masculine that, I need to do something about it, or else I'm going to lose her. And this time it's not losing her to another man or to another person. This time it's just losing, I'm not in her priority list. She doesn't think about me. Sometimes it hurts to know that a person you love so much, they are so upset with you that they don't even think about you. It hurts you a lot at that point in time. So you want to know that why wouldn't they forgive me? I made a mistake. I made a very big mistake, and I have suffered because of that mistake. So this is one question that masculine has, that I have suffered because of that mistake a lot. But at the same time, he also needs to understand that he has suffered, but so has the feminine. Hasn't she suffered? She has also suffered, but it was his decision making. He was the one who decided that I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. So he should be the one to actually convince her or to tell her that, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. But it's not as easy as they say, because otherwise why would this twin flame journey be so easy, It's not easy. But he still thinks that, why don't I take along everyone with me and try to get everyone to be happy? And then in this process, he realizes that some of the people, the narcissistics who are not supposed to get any healing in this life, they cannot be pleased or they cannot be healed via pleasing or listening to them or doing everything as per them. The narcissistic only learn when they also lose out completely, and they see that the other person is happy without me. So narcissism is something that is also like a chain reaction. Sometimes it gets healed in a chain reaction. The most stubborn narcissistic people, they don't change ever, because they are just born with it. They are born to be miserable. It's their karma to be miserable. You can't do anything about it, even if you try. But they will change their behavior. They will change their way of talking. They will accept the boundaries at least, because they have nothing else to do. They don't have an option, okay? Now, in your personal situation, I would like to say that you can check out the description box, which has all the information on personal sessions and therapies. Of course, therapies are very, very important, because of the therapies only you can get into a 5D union. You can get into a higher vibration. The twin flame journey only becomes successful when you get into high vibration. And because of the high vibration, you can get aligned with your chakras, and then the energy of the chakras will start working in your life. Right now, all the people who are very in the low frequency, low vibration, they are not able to take any benefits of their chakras. So they are already born with some gifts. They're already born with some special things, but they can't use it. So what's the point of having it if they can't use it? The only disclaimer is that if you take up a personal session, then kindly do not share anything about your twin flame journey in advance with me. And because we obviously can give better guidance, honest guidance, more authentic guidance if you don't know anything about your journey. If any reader or any coach or anybody who's working with you knows about your journey, everything about your journey, then they are just literally telling you everything from what they know about you. It's not something which can be very real or sincere. That's my opinion. Although a lot of people have told me that they've been asked to give the details, but I'm sorry to say, but I don't work like that. So kindly do not share anything. Whatever we need to discuss, and mostly in all sessions it happens, we will discuss it during the reading session or the personal session. And without you getting into therapy, it's not possible for you to understand where your traumas are hidden and how you can become independent later on. It's very important to invest on yourself, because this is exactly what you're here to do, right? And you need to also learn that the things that you're craving right now, be it money, be it success, be it a relationship, be it anything, it's all actually energy. That's it. Okay? So for the divine masculine or the divine feminine to reach that point of divinity is not easy. It's a process of transformation, because before that you are just any regular soul. Okay? When you become the masculine or feminine, then you become a twin flame, and then some people think that after you get into the union, your work stops. Actually, that's not true. Your work actually starts after you get into the union. And union also does not happen in one go. All the stages, surrender, illumination, harmonization and union, they also happen simultaneously for some people, little by little for some people, okay? And some people experience it like literally like step by step, okay? However, as I said, this is a very unique kind of a journey. It cannot be the same way, even if the goal is same. The goal of the soul is to be integrated with source all the time. And you must have also heard a harmonious union and a permanent union. These two concepts also you have heard. So this is the reason why I say ascension is a lifestyle. It never stops. The inner work never stops. Therefore, you must always keep on working on yourself. And if you are like really tired of certain situations, then you need to understand that you need to do the work. We don't expect the world to change. We need to change in order to see the change outside. Okay? So this is what exactly happened here. The feminine realized that she needs to change. The way she keeps accepting him all the time. Every time he comes back, she goes like, yes, yes, yes. Every time he says, let's do this, let's do that, she says, yes, yes, yes. So she puts her foot down and says, no. This time it will happen according to me and not according to you. You did what you wanted to. You spent a lot of time on whatever you wanted to do. You went away. You decided many things. I never said anything. Now you come back. I appreciate it. But now it's going to do work according to what I feel is right for me. And then we will see how together we can come into a sync, because I don't also want to be egotistical. Okay? So thank you so much for being here with me on this particular session. Thank you so much once again for doing all the inner work and all the amazing things that you're doing. You're trying at least. One love and peace out.